Hi traders, we are going to analyze the Google market today. My name is Jacob from FINEIGHT and I'll try to tell you my ideas about entering long trade in this market. We'll use a volume profile, market profile and price action to realize if our idea or my idea to open a long trade is good or not. We'll start with trend line, okay? We connect pivot lows from 2015 July, then June 2016, we will get a very good trend line, a very strong trend line. Why strong trend line? Well, if you look at these lows, market stopped near the trend line or at the trend line. And today you can see that the market spent a couple of weeks below the trend line, but now we move back above the trend line. So we see some rejection of lower prices. So trend line provides very good support in the Google market. Then we can move to volume profile before we switch to daily chart to find some entry, okay? And you can see that this is the value area, again, value area of last 2 years, okay? I'll draw it for you. So this is the value area. Or here. You can see that we have two value areas. This is the bigger one, this is the smaller one. I can say that we are at the border of the value area where maybe 90% of volume was traded here, okay? So we are at the border of a value area, of a trading range. Look here, we are near the border at the bottom. So I can say, okay, there is a strong trend line. We saw some bounce from the border here at price around 1000. There was some pin bar, so we can say, okay, we have a strong pattern, maybe a strong pattern to go to long side. The third point I'd like to share with you is a gap analysis. Look here, we have a gap. Market closed on Friday at price 1480 and on Monday opened at 1420. So that's 60 points gap. Another gap was here and another gap was here. Market has tendency to fill gaps. It takes time, but you can say maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, nobody knows how long it takes. But there comes a time and market will fill the gap. So we will switch to daily chart to see this gap analysis. So in the past, you can see a gap was here and another gap was here. And look what happened. Market filled those two gaps. And look what happened with this gap. Market filled that in a few days. So we have a very nice gap here and we had a very nice gap here. So also from some short-term perspective, we can expect market go higher to fill those gaps. We'll try to find more examples in the past. Look, for example, here. I will zoom in the chart. Market move back and fill the gap. We saw a gap here. It took maybe 2 months, but market filled the gap. So something like a magnet for the market, okay? If we see the gap in the daily chart or weekly chart. So from long-term perspective, I see some magnets above the market. So I expect market to go higher. You can see 1, 2, 3 pattern here. So you can maybe say, okay, I'll place buy stop here. I think it's a risky trade because if you look at the trend line, market spent much time below the trend line. And this is let's say, the first retracement or first move above the trend line. So I prefer to wait until market creates another pullback, and then I will take this pullback. I'll put a buy stop there. Not, I don't recommend to trade this 1, 2, 3 pattern because it's risky. Market can move back again below the trend line, and then you don't have a confirmation for your thoughts, for your idea that we have strong support because of the trend line, of the pin bar on the weekly chart, of value area, of everything. So we have strong support. To sum it up, we have strong support below the market. We have some magnets above the market because of the gap analysis. We have some border of the value area, and we have 1, 2, 3 pattern, but it's very risky. Well, if the trend line looks like this, that's a different situation because most of markets spend most of the time above the trend line in this case. So then 1, 2, 3 pattern looks good to me because we see that most of the volume was above the trend line. But our scenario tells us that most of the volume was below the market. So we have to wait until market creates something like inside out. It means market goes back into the previous action, try to pull back or try to go again below the trend line, and then we can open a trade. And what's our profit target? Well, here, because of the gap, market has tendency to fill gaps. So that's our final profit target. If the pattern looks like this, then you can see that I'm pretty sure that with a stop loss below point number 3, you have more than 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. So as you can see, it's a trade with a very good potential. So that's my opinion on Google from long perspective, and that's my opinion why I'm waiting for better confirmation, because you cannot trade your thoughts, okay? You have to wait for a confirmation, and it was the most difficult part of trading I had to learn. We have to wait until we see some confirmation, then we can enter a trade. And for me, this is very risky trade to take it now, okay? I really have to see that trend line works from short-term time frame, especially daily chart. Thank you for your attention, guys. Sorry for a longer video, but I think it's very good to share. Not only I want to take trade here or specific instructions, stop loss here, profit target here, but I like to explain what I expect and why I'm afraid to take the trade now. Okay, thank you again, and I wish you good trading. Bye, guys.